All right, so I put together my first march ever, organized it, and this is kind of speaking to anybody else that's putting together a march or a protest. So we left Bryant Square Park, and then we marched to down Bryant Avenue, and then we went into Lyndale, and at Lyndale we spoke to kind of the dangers of the street and also some people that have passed away in Lyndale, been hit by cars. But I should get to the beginning. The march was for Summer Taylor. Summer Taylor was a person who was struck by a car while protesting on I-5 in Seattle, Washington, and they lost their life protesting, and we wanted to show solidarity in the risk that Summer took for Black Lives Matter. We then take for their life, and so it was something else. It was powerful, emotional, physically draining. I think I don't think I've taken the best measurement of how much energy I've kind of lost over these past few marches and whatnot. And it's been really it's been something else to kind of just go from march to march to march, and the sun is just beating down on you hard, and you just don't know. Some marches you don't know how long they're going to be, and then you don't know. You forget, oh my God, did I eat? And so there's just a lot of there's a lot of a toll that it takes on you. But the idea is that whatever toll it takes on you is not taking your life, and that's what we wanted to. That's how we wanted to honor Summer, is in that, if they stood up for Black Lives Matter, we can stand up for them. And so it was just quite the experience. And I would suggest to anybody looking to, the one thing, if you're looking to organize a march, is that you're just going to need people. You need people you can trust. And that was the huge thing about it, is that it was beautiful in how everybody just came together and helped out, how the banner was made, to seeing friends with their children. We ended with more people than we began with. And that was amazing, because people pulled from their apartments and their front lawns, and they came and marched with us. And then it was just super encouraging. And I would encourage anybody to put together a march. And the first thing was creating a Facebook event, getting co-hosts from different groups like Racial Justice Network, CARE, Black Lives Matter, Twin Cities, and just having everybody chip in and give and like co-host and then like put the word out. And the more that people shared, the bigger the event grew. And we only put it together within 3 days. So that went up on Monday morning. The march was on Thursday, and so there was not a lot of time. There was not a lot of time to put it together. And so it was really, again, encouraging to see everybody come together and push this event forward and kind of rush order it. And that's just the way these things work. I was just driving down 31st, and there was a protest there. The streets were blocked. So these are popping up everywhere, and for good cause as well. So yeah, and then at the end, we marched to Lisa Bender's house, the president of City Council here in Minneapolis, and gave her a piece of our mind. I think the main takeaway is that these marches can happen in affluent white neighborhoods too. They can get the march as well. They can get a piece of our minds as well, because I don't think anybody should be allowed to be complacent or comfortable about all this. And what has been happening to Black bodies underneath the heel of police brutality is not something that anybody is omitted from the conversation. Everybody's complicit, and we're all here to learn about it and kind of get an idea of what we want our communities to look like going forward. And I really hope that the city council changes going forward, because it's not, these people showing up to the table, it's not okay. Like, it's the fact that they've been in positions of leadership for so long, and now, George Floyd happens and there's really nowhere to hide or run. So now you're showing up. that says something. But got back to Bryant Square Park safely. My suggestion is I think you should have the sound ready to go, like a smooth half hour before you say you're going to start. So we showed up a half hour before the march started. I would say you should start up an hour before. So that's my take on it, because a half hour is not long enough. So yeah, I would get there an hour early, make sure the sound is going, and then take off. Also, what you'll need is you'll need marshals, and you'll need marshals on motorcycles and on foot. On foot is great. However, marshals on motorcycles that ensures the highest rank of safety that I think you could ever have. Sadly, cars, because we were marching for summer, somebody who was hit by a car, we wanted to obviously make sure that didn't happen to us either. And Summer was hit by a car where there were police blockades, like down the road. But this car went around the blockades and, sped through and hit Summer and also injured Diaz Love pretty badly. And that being said, you can't trust police blockades. You have to have the people out there blocking. And so what seems to work best is if you have cars that are blocking, because people driving cars, sadly, it's about the amount of damage that will happen to their car. They will bowl through people. They just will. But they're not going to bowl through a car, motorcycle, bicycle person. So that's kind of like the tier that it goes. So if you have a car blocking off the road, you're more than likely going to get that road blocked. If you have a motorcycle, you're more than likely going to get that road blocked. Cyclists, it works as well. People, it works. However, it's dangerous. And so having motorcycles is definitely going to help the cause. And I would suggest getting motorcycles and cars for your rally. So yeah, and then also medics. Medics, my goodness. Medics are extremely important because a lot of people out here are not drinking enough water. They maybe didn't eat before they showed up, but it all is what it is, and you have to take every ounce of safety going forward. And so you want everybody to be safe. You want medics. You want sanitary wipes to wipe down the microphone after people speak that I forgot. And luckily, somebody had it in their truck as well. You want a lead car as well to put the speakers on. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And so as I said before, Peter actually helped us out with the sound, and he just loaded up the speakers into the car. And that was it. So yeah, that's what it takes to put together a march. There's a lot of working parts, and the main thing is to have people that you love and trust working with you, and that's the main way to get it going. If you have any questions about how to start a march or what you're looking for your next march, please put them in the comments below. Also, have a direction and a demand. Our demands were that the segregation, the affordable housing in Uptown be actually affordable, and that the segregation stop, because it's clearly segregated and it's clearly appealing to young white renters in Uptown, and that's not what we're about. And so we also said that communities should be able to choose the police that police their neighborhood. 8% of Minneapolis police live in the neighborhood they police, or live in the city. Jeez. So I think neighborhoods deserve police that live in their neighborhood, know the people. It's not. I don't think it builds for a great relationship having people from outside your community come in and police it, and they just don't know the people. So those were our demands. So have demands when you make your march. If you have any other questions, put them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.